Hey, what's up, everyone? I'm going to be talking about the insidious poison that we're ingesting every day, and that is ambition. This is going to be a bit of a difficult one to talk about because we are so conditioned to be successful, ambitious, achieve, don't waste your life. Is conditioned from an early age by our parents and their parents, and then we go to school and then we compete against everyone else, and so it's almost like an unforgivable thing to say. Kill ambition. You should kill your ambition. Let me explain briefly why. Firstly, I was on Instagram just earlier, and literally every video was like, yeah, you can do it, you can achieve whatever you want, you've just got to set your mind to it, don't let emotions take over. And I don't know if it's the algorithm just for me, but it was brutal. It was like all your gurus telling you're not enough really, and you've got to achieve something, and so that creates conflict, means that you're not good enough. And the shooting that happened this week was so terrible, and I looked at it and it just people are pointing fingers and blaming, which is violent, separating Republicans and Democrats, separating everyone, labeling everyone, which is a type of violence. And bringing in laws and rules, that's the mind. We need an actual revolution away from the American dream. Everyone's trying to, on this American dream, ambition, you've got to make something of your life, and then you create the American nightmare. It's inevitable because it's brutal, it's competitive, you're constantly competing, it's violent against others, you want to feel special compared to others. It's just ego, it's an illusion. I work with clients who are extremely competitive. They have, billions, and they're never satisfied, never happy, because that's the problem with ambition. Once you gain a certain amount, then you have to try and keep it. So it's just a brutal thing. And so you have a very small percentage who are successful and make it. Well, they pretend they do, because I work with people that pretend that they're super successful and they're completely depressed and suicidal, which isn't very successful if you ask me. And so you have this American dream, and when you can't live up to it, you don't think you're succeeding, then you're kind of failing. And then you could see that the shooter was so angry and he was bullied. He probably felt pathetic, weak, helpless. And when men feel helpless, they become enraged. And what he did was he wanted to cause the most damage to the most people, and chose children to do it too, which is just so sad. And so words can't explain what damage he's done. And then the cycle of violence continues. So I was just thinking about this, and so I'm not telling anyone to do anything, but what I do is I look at my violence. I am violent, I am greedy, I'm competitive, I am ambitious. I have all of those traits inside of me, because we all have the whole human conditioning within inside of us, each one of us, a bit like decentralized blockchain. We all have everything inside of us. And so I have to look at my own violence and observe it, not try and run away from it, not try and deny it, and observe it and move beyond it. And I think we can. I think we can move beyond our violence, but it has to come from a complete revolution of the mind, complete deconstructing or de-engineering of the whole human psyche. And only then will we move beyond violence. But changing gun laws, and that's all window dressing. I'm sure there are some laws that could be changed, improved, but fundamentally we've got to look at why our society is so sick, so ugly, so violent, so damaged, And that comes from each one of us taking responsibility. Now, if I'm the only one that does that, that's fine. I don't care, because I can change the only way I can change and do something about that if I take full responsibility myself for everything that happens in this world. Because the inner environment, my inner internal dojo, my internal environment, and the external, there's no separation. His violence is my violence, and I take responsibility for that. So I'm just explaining my thinking on this. It's such a terrible event. It really struck me, and so I take responsibility, and it's of utmost importance to me to work on my conditioning for my children, for my wife, and so that I don't perpetuate this in the world. And that's the only way. That's the only way, is if individually we take responsibility and see if we can move beyond that, not by talking to gurus or spiritual teachers or religious teachers who all separate, calling themselves different names. We're all human beings. We have everything inside of us, and each one of us needs to observe it and dissolve it through hard work of being very conscious of our behavior. So if you have any thoughts on that, it'd be good to hear them. And thanks for listening. If you like it, love a thumbs up. It always helps. Lets me know that there's someone there as well. And any comments would be appreciated. Okay, bye-bye.